Says
Can
we
you hear can you hear me?
yes.
Yep, and you're moving all right too. I wonder what that is.
I don't know. They said they fixed my Wi-Fi.
No, it's coming in fine now.
I don't
You're
know.
moving around, everything's good.
Well, it's Friday. I bet people are using their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know what kind of signal I'm getting all the way back here.
I thought you had a router like right there.
I do, but I don't understand how that thing works because it's getting some kind of wireless signal.
Nice hair, by the way.
Oh, you like my haircut?
Mm-hmm. Where'd you get that done?
Across the street.
Oh, look at you.
It's
Fancy.
always this it's always the same haircut. It's just a little shorter.
And it looks nice.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jack.
Well, so we're here burning time checking this thing for tomorrow. Anything you want to say?
There's Miss Carpenter.
Hey, good to see you. Yeah, some people have been messaging me over the last week or so.
Mm-hmm.
Even that guy in England, Ron Farney.
Mm-hmm.
They're not sending me the messages anymore. I just stumbled on them.
What does that mean?
That means when somebody would contact me or leave a comment, I would immediately get notified and then I could respond.
Well, it looks like they did some kind of update because I'm seeing new stuff down below in the chat.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Well, next to
But
Miss Carpenter's name is a crown and it says #1 on it.
that's what I need, a crown.
She's got like a purple crown.
That's nice. How did you get that?
You,
Hopefully she'll tell us. But anyway, my point is, um, I'm not getting timely updates and it's slowing me down and that's rude. So anybody watching this, I apologize.
I'm wondering if it's because she is the first one in chat, is why I'm seeing that.
I wouldn't have a clue.
It says #1, so I'm just gonna assume maybe we're supposed to give special attention. That's why they gotta let us know.
Well, AC always gets special attention. That's a given.
Yeah, she's the queen.
In fact, she might be the only person in the world that has my phone number, my direct phone number.
Denny Cabiati is here too. Yeah,
Hi,
okay.
Denny.
So next to his name is the purple crown, but it says #2. So that's obviously the second person to join the chat.
Yeah, how long have we been out of the game?
For a bit. There's
You
definitely been
even pardon?
long enough to where there's new updates.
That's it? That's all you got? That could be one day.
Okay. When do you want to say?
Um, I don't know. Oh my God, I deleted your contact. Oh, that's an insult. Can you believe that?
I'm not going to be king. We're going to have to take away that purple crown.
Nah, well, she's got a permanent crown.
Yeah, and there's like a little thing in the corner that has the crown thing and it says top fans. So I guess Miss Carpenter's a top fan.
Well, certainly. She's probably the OG.
Oh,
Star Trek bloopers, yeah, with the TOS ones. Those are kind of tough to I've never seen an upgraded version of that. Those things are kind of beat.
mm-hmm. This old film, man.
So, well, the only thing I've seen is a VHS copy of a VHS copy of a VHS copy.
I
And then
got.
apparently when Gene Roddenberry died, they found a bunch of film under his bed or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they were able to show, alternate takes and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
It's a whole thing. It's called the Roddenberry Vault, and of course I have that.
Mm-hmm. I know. I've heard that thrown around here.
Oh, I like it. So, why don't you since I have no idea either, we can all learn. What have you been up to?
I've been interning every day for free. It's been great.
Is it burning you out?
It's hard when you don't get paid.
Mm,
It's
I
not
couldn't imagine.
it's not fun to teach a class for 2 weeks and not get paid.
Now,
That's
I thought you were getting credentialed. Still no word on that?
what do you mean by credentials?
Actually getting paid for substitute teaching.
That's only on days she doesn't show up, which so far there's only been like 2 since the beginning of the school year.
Right, but my understanding is you have to have, some kinda credential to even do it at all if it happens.
I need to get my form updated, but getting that unit plan turned in by their insane deadline has been taking a lot of my energy this week. And then actually
Mhm.
do the lesson too kind of sucks.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could, go walk down there and get a substitute license myself.
I think you can. All you have to do is do some like online classes or something, which I've already done them. It's literally just my child maltreatment form, and you got to get a background check, but it's all just
No,
a
that's no problem. I've had several of those.
it's annoying and expensive.
Go
Happy
ahead. When I went to what? I'm sorry, go ahead.
happy birthday, Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth's birthday, Queen Elizabeth.
The third, according to the crowns.
What was I saying? Oh, anyway, about the background checks, yeah. I had to give, fingerprints for the Marine Corps, and that's a federal background check, so they go right up your keister.
Well, you have to have recent ones. They expire after a year now.
Yep.
So every single year I would need to go get my fingerprints done.
Well, when I was working at the, school district, they didn't take my fingerprints, but they certainly did, background checks.
Well, you were a bus driver too.
And you know what the worst one was?
Hmm.
The worst one was they were constantly doing drug tests.
Because you're a bus driver.
Well, but it's like it's like a lottery thing. I don't know if they spin a wheel or whatever it is, so not everybody has to constantly be doing it, but somehow I kept getting it.
That hasn't really come up. Obviously, it wouldn't apply to me as the intern, but none of my mentors ever had to do that to my knowledge.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you would have to as a school teacher. I mean, I'm operating a giant machine, and you need to know.
Oh no, they do drug tests for teachers. They don't want you doing anything.
Well, yeah, but don't they have to have a suspicion?
Really depends. They could say anything's a suspicion.
They could, but I mean, why would they?
Oh, they don't like what you're doing?
Well, listen, I mean, if you don't like somebody, I mean, there are ways.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
I I see somebody saying hi, but I can't read what it says.
Falling reverse.
Oh, that's fun.
We got some.
No, I'm seeing the word love.
Yeah, it's falling reverse heart love. But I just
Oh,
falling reverse would be acceptable.
well, I better try to look better then if we're talking about love.
Fallen reverse. And so is Maria Spillman.
Hi, Maria. So you're working for free. How
Mm,
many hours a week are you working?
Um, well, I get there. How many hours is that? It's I get there at like let's just say 7 to round up. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 30, 5, 6, 7, 8. So roughly 9 hours every day.
Oh,
Mhm. You better believe it, son.
boy, that would drive me absolutely crazy.
And then I got my unit plan done, and they need you to plan 2 weeks of instruction, which is impossible because you have to do it on a weekly, but they expect me to do it, like, so in advance. So, I got it done, and it came out to about 60 pages worth of stuff I had to do. That's where I'm at.
I find that exhausting.
It's extremely exhausting. They
I can see Miss Fawn is here.
I do not work at Old Navy anymore. When I started doing internship, I was like, "There's no way I can do a job in this because this is basically a job." And then I would have to go work at Old Navy till closing, and then because I go to bed at 10 every night now in order to get my 8 hours, but I'm up super early. It's a whole thing.
I'm surprised you wait all the way till 10 o'clock.
Well, it's because I like to at least enjoy my evening. It's kind of hard when you get home and you're burnt out and you take a nap for an hour and then you get up and you still gotta make dinner and you still gotta do laundry and you still gotta do all this stuff. And then you just
Mhm.
chill for a little bit and then you wanna go to bed. So that works for me.
Yeah, I don't know. With all that agita, I would go right in, take a shower, go to bed.
Yeah, the problem is there's still stuff to do.
Oh, really? Like what?
Like laundry and dishes and trash. You know about it.
Shouldn't have any trash problem.
I've been taking out my trash a lot. Plus, I've got 2 bunnies over here I gotta take care of too, especially that stinker who got ear mites. We're doing a lot of medicine and eye drops.
Mhm. And what about the other one? Is the other one had a surgery?
The other one has the surgery in early November. I
Uh-huh.
sooner, but I really need to be there for my unit plan. So I decided to schedule it for after my unit plan when I can take a day off cuz I'm going to need to be on standby. I got 2 bunnies and one of them's a little stinker. Randomly gets bugs in his ears.
Miss Fawn, it's a great pleasure to hear from you again.
And Fawn's at number 2. I think, yeah, these numbers keep changing, so it must have to do with who is engaging the most.
Oh, is
Maybe.
that how that works?
Maybe, because now Miss Carpenter's not number 1 anymore. Miss Carpenter's number 3.
I was watching football on YouTube. I think it was a couple weeks ago, and I saw they had a chat, so I popped on, and then I started making a bunch of smart aleck remarks like I do,
Mhm.
and then I was like peppering them. And then I did notice all of a sudden I got a number one next to my name,
Oh,
which
look,
I had no idea what it meant. I think it means I think you may be right
your top dog.
because I was firing them off.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it's just weird because Miss Carpenter's been talking this whole time. How did you get bumped to number 3? I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, I think your theory is the best theory I've heard.
Well, yeah. Originally, I thought it was the order of people coming in, but that changed fast.
Right. I think it's how many things you write. I guess. I don't know.
This weekend I'm also going to be studying Hamlet intensely, and that
Why?
because that's what I'm teaching.
I don't think I could do that.
You got to read some stuff and put some stuff in there and do
I
some.
mean, I certainly know the story of Hamlet, and they rework that story all the time in different movies, dot dot dot. But when they start in with that funny talk, man, I zone right out.
Well, we're going to try to help the kids. We're doing the movie version, which we think will help. For
Which one? Mel Gibson?
I have it written down somewhere. That's the problem, and I just don't have it on me right now. It was a name that didn't sound like Mel Gibson. It was something
Was
else.
it was it the other Fines guy? Not Rafe. What's the other guys? Somebody Fines.
Yeah, it was Somebody Finds. That's the one we're watching.
That's the brother. I wish I could remember his name. It's disrespectful, but I can't.
You said Finds, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds correct. That's the one we're gonna be watching. We're gonna watch Act 1 with them, and then they're gonna read Act 2 with a modern translation of it.
Oh, thank you.
We're good people.
Ugh, I don't know why they do that. When you have stuff like that has let me put it this way: the language that is hard to grasp for a simple mind like me.
Well, that whole thing, I mean, he just invented a bunch of words, so that didn't help either. He likes doing that. That's like his favorite move. But today we did the their intro fun activity because it's a Friday. We did the Shakespearean insult challenge where they're
Mhm.
basically getting in groups, coming up with Shakespearean insults, and then doing it tournament style. And it was really fun.
Yeah, I could see why that would be fun rather than sitting at the desk. I think I've told you many times before, I was not the biggest fan of school.
Yeah, we try to make it fun for them. We had, especially because this week we had a lot of just note taking days, so I wanted to put pepper in a fun activity using your terminology.
Yeah, I would just zone out in class. I did not wanna be there.
Miss Carpenter, I want to teach high school. I'd love to teach 12th graders because those 11th graders are crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
I found the seniors to be the most, cream of the crop, how's that?
Yeah, they're the best.
S
The We teach both 11th and 12th grade, and the
uh
difference in attitude and maturity is insane.
Yeah, because
In,
the middle schoolers, there's a lot of characters mixed in there.
well, 11th graders are just one below. It's still the high school.
Right, I didn't have any. I mean, I had a couple. I had that pair of jerk-offs that just couldn't get with the program, but everybody hated them.
Oh,
So,
I really didn't like the junior high. That was probably the worst, in my opinion, because I've worked with middle schoolers, junior high, and now high school. I think high school is the best. I think junior high is the worst, and middle school is fine.
unruly. What are you saying, Sammy? You talking
Unruly.
about the middle school's unruly?
Or the junior high kids. I think the junior high kids are extra angry. Because when I was at that junior high, I had to write so many notes or like documents for bad.
Well, I'm trying to think of back in my middle school, which was weird because my middle school was also the high school. So I was there 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I probably gave a few teachers a lot of misery, thinking back.
I hope not me.
The problem with, being a middle schooler is your age and your immaturity,
That too.
and your sort of understanding. Listen, you think I pop off now, I had a real mouth.
I can imagine that. I can picture it.
Yeah. Any of you are still alive out there and seeing me, I apologize. Um,
What time
I
is it?
could have been nicer. 7:08, am I boring you?
No, I just got a text message about getting picked up in 20 minutes.
Oh, Chico Racho 28 wants to know if you're a dude or a chick.
Me?
Uh-huh.
You. I'm wearing a Hello Kitty top. Does that not help?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you know how things are now.
Thomas has a mouth now, is what Miss Carpenter says.
Yeah, you have no idea, AC. When I think of some of the things I said to some of those teachers, uh, absolutely crazy.
I don't like the kids who talk back to me.
Well, I never started it. That's the problem. But you
Mhm.
know how I am when people show me disrespect, I eviscerate.
Gotcha.
But, listen, I mean, you're supposed to eat shit when you're in junior high.
I could see that. I didn't love my mentor teacher at the junior high, so that's probably why I saw a lot more bad behavior, but
Uh-huh.
it is what it is.
But yeah, I mean, I never went around attacking people for no reason.
Well, that's good because I feel like these kids will just attack for no reason.
Right. But I did tell you I was an instigator.
Yeah, you told me about it.
I did like to rev up the more silly students, once they got going.
I got you.
Because all I wanted was to just burn time in there and be entertained.
I'm of the mind that these kids just need to know that I gotta get through this as much as they do, and they just need to do it. I don't care if it's boring.
But that's the problem, right? It's the maturity level. You're not your brain is just not thinking correctly.
Mhm.
They say you gotta be 25 before you really have your head screwed on straight.
Oh, I feel like I got my head screwed on straight.
Well, that's the other problem, right? Add a Q&A sticker. Mountains or ocean? What the hell is this computer telling me?
You can add a Q&A sticker and have people ask you questions in the comments.
Ocean or air?
Trying to build engagement.
I will say Fawn is saying, well, I mean, we're engaging right now. Fawn is saying it's getting cold. The weather has finally turned here,
It's nice.
and I don't know what's going on, but I am itchy.
Not me. I'm just happy because I don't like the heat. It's too much.
I'm scratching and scratching. I went bloody last night.
Yeah, don't do that.
I couldn't stop,
You
like
need
a
a
mental patient.
you need a humidifier.
I don't know about that.
That's the one that juices the air.
Yeah, I don't want. I we get enough humidity here.
Well, it sounds like not enough for you.
No, I just use cream.
I guess use that then.
Mm, whatever.
Whatever.
What else do you want to talk about?
I mean, internship's the only thing I really have going on. I gave you a pretty big picture on that. Hey, Ray,
Yeah. What's up, guy? Red team, Wisco. Oh, when I get real close like this, I can actually read that.
good, right? Miss Carpenter has a humidifier. Maybe you should consider getting one.
Uh, I don't like the humidity is the problem.
Well, I guess that's why you're gonna be itchy then.
39 degrees. Wow. Well, we're not at 39 degrees. We're certainly overcast today, though. Real team Wisco. What's up, guys? Well, we're trying to figure out what's up.
Real Team Wixo.
I've been seeing a lot of movies lately. Is that
What
exciting?
what did you go see?
Well, because I've got my brother here now,
Mhm.
so that's usually a once a week thing, and then I've got my friend who is jealous of that, so then I gotta go with her too. So I'm at the theater a lot now.
What is the most recent movie you saw?
We saw the one, where they switch lives. It has Keanu Reeves and,
Oh, I wanna see that one. Was
Seth Rogen and Ziggy Azari.
was it good?
You know what? I had a 0 expectation of that movie. I did not wanna go. Seth Rogen is a supreme asshole, but, I don't pick the movies on those nights. So, you know what? That movie was pretty good.
I saw the trailer for that the other day, and I'm like, I might need to see that when it comes to home video. It looked like it could be fun.
Well, because I've seen that, if you've been around a while. Sorry, I'm scratching again. If you've been around a while, you've seen everything, and
Mhm.
I've seen those sort of rich man, poor man switch live. They even have, like, reality shows where they do that,
Mhm.
where they change lives. But the hook here is the person who causes the change is Keanu Reeves, who is an angel, but he's kind of a dope,
Yeah.
and this is his first time doing it. He wasn't even supposed to do it, and he of course, it was a chain reaction and made it a mess, to where it wasn't just this guy switched with this guy and this guy switched with this guy. They were able to retain their memories, and they know they were getting screwed, and then you had the other guy in there too. So, I mean, I don't wanna give too much away, but I wanna tell you it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I wanted to see that when I saw the trailer for it. I
And they make an excellent point about the situation, here in the United States right now, vis-a-vis economy and getting by.
Mhm.
That was very on point because I've been saying for a while, they keep breaking the economy. I'm not understanding how 98% of the people are supposed to survive,
Mhm.
and
Agree.
yet they continue to break it.
Mhm. That's how it goes.
But whatever. What I'm saying is somehow that was a good movie.
Oh, I'm not thinking like super high expectations. I was thinking, yeah, I'd watch that. That's about
Well,
where
I had 0. I was like, "Oh, I gotta go. Well, maybe I can eat some popcorn and space out."
well, those are the best movies to go to.
Sure is.
Because
Even Seth Rogen wasn't annoying,
then you go in there and then it's great, and then you're like, great.
and Aziz Ansari was fantastic,
You don't hype it up too much.
and, Keanu Reeves was good, and there's another chick in there that I don't know her name, and she was fantastic.
I don't know. I just saw Keanu Reeves and I was on board.
Yeah.
It looks
He's playing
fun.
kind of a listen, you can tell he's not a very good actor, but I don't know. He did a good job there, but he just see it what movies he's good in are when he doesn't talk, he just pulls out a gun or slaps somebody.
Mhm.
Those are the ones where he's good. The other one where he's trying to be sincere comes off a little weird.
Is he sincere in this one?
No. I mean, he tries to be, but because his character is sort of dopey, it works.
Gotcha.
That's why he's perfect for it. But that was a nice surprise. I can tell you what was not a nice surprise,
Hmm.
The Black Phone.
What's that one?
Well, you remember a long time ago, we went to the movies and saw a movie called The Black Phone, where the creep
Yeah.
grabbed a kid and put him in the basement, and somehow the phone talked to dead kids?
What does that have to do with, did you go see it again recently?
Well, there's a part 2 out now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's surprising you escaped that. The ad campaign, whatever you call it, promotions is everywhere.
I haven't seen anything. I remember I liked The Black Phone. The
The Black Phone was a nice, cheap, good movie.
and then they
You
made
know,
it.
it wasn't the best thing ever in the world, but it was a solid, good movie.
Mhm.
I couldn't believe part 2.
Was
Even when I saw the promotional material, I was like, "They're doing what? Well, okay, well, I'll give it a try." Because I see all these movies, so they make you watch trailers.
Mhm.
Although Todd is great, he gets there right when the movie's starting.
Mhm.
He wanders around, "Doo, doo, 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 doo." So we never really have to watch much trailers, but anyway, I saw it. Well, Fawn, you should watch Black Phone 1. Uh, I don't usually like movies where kids are in jeopardy, but they did a nice job with that one anyways. But anyway, the second one picks up with the same. You remember there was the kid who got put in the basement,
Yeah, 'cause I
and then
rewatched it recently. That's why I was surprised that you mentioned it. Hello? I got a black screen for you all of a sudden.
oh,
There you are.
yay! I think one of those scam calls is coming in. I think it messed it up
Gotcha. You're back.
from the loan department. Yeah, and the sister, right?
Mhm.
Kid and had a sister. Dot 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 dot. So this one is fast forward 3 years or whatever, how long it's been. I don't even know. The dialogue in this movie is so bad. As I was sitting listening to it, I was thinking, "Somebody just put this in Chat GPT or something."
Mhm.
It's not possible how stupid this dialogue is.
Mhm.
And then they would go from inane dialogue to these exposition dumps
I hate.
where a character would walk over and went, and they're all of a sudden giving you all this information that they're supposed to be showing you organically, but
Mhm.
they're burying you in this exposition. And then you're like, "What?" And how do you have a second movie, right? Because
Yeah,
and so I'm like, "Well, how are they gonna do that?" But then I thought, I never thought of the black phone as sort of a magic, or you know what I mean? But then now that I think about it, if you're talking to dead kids on a phone,
there's something there.
I guess it is. So then I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, so he's gonna somehow whatever," right? Out of nowhere, they decide that they have to go to this camp and
Mhm.
be camp counselors. I mean, just I don't even couldn't even tell you how they threaded that together, but they gotta go be camp counselors. Now, mind you, they're applying for this job. It's December or January in Colorado.
Mhm.
The camp is completely snowed in.
Okay.
Who goes to camp
When it's
in
snow.
December and January, number 1? So what job is there for them to do? And they're
Mhm.
completely snowed. So it's just stupid on its face.
Mhm.
They start go they go to the camp, and there's a guy who's sort of the maintenance captain. He takes care of the place while it's in dormant or whatever.
Mhm.
He's got a daughter. She likes horses.
Mhm.
So, of course, she's got a big cowboy hat, cowboy shirt, cowboy jacket. She's got the boots. She can only talk about cowboy stuff and horses in vernacular of a cowboy, and her name is Mustang.
Okay.
So I don't know if you remember, we were watching that movie where they had wishes,
Yeah, I remember that movie.
and remember that all of a sudden there was a Chinese chick,
Mhm.
and they go to her apartment and everything is like way Chinese. She's got banners, and
Mhm. I remember.
she's wearing a kimono.
That's
It's
like.
like every hack thing you can do.
Mhm.
So this chick like horses, so of course she's head to toe one note into horses.
Mhm.
That was just one stupid thing. More exposition dumps. They crowbar in that I don't know, what do you call him, killer or whatever, the guy with the mask. They
Mhm.
crowbar in a flashback, that he was doing this stuff a long time ago when their mother was younger. She figured it out somehow and went to the guy's house and figured out what was going on. And then he grabs her and puts her in. So what they're saying is, this guy's been taking kids for a while. They took their mother,
Mhm.
and now all this time later, they're grabbing the son in the first movie.
Mhm.
There was no indication of any of that stuff.
Mm-mm.
So they just made it up.
Yep.
And guess what?
Hmm.
That guy started at the camp.
Great.
So it turns out he was killing kids at the camp. Those were his first victims.
Mhm.
And now the, there is a phone booth at the camp.
And is there a black phone?
It's sort of black, yeah. But why would there be a phone booth? And it's not near anything. It's so stupid. But anyway, so then they start talking to those kids that are dead at the camp. And I'm not going to give away the ending, but when I was watching it, I couldn't believe how stupid it was.
Mhm.
It was absolutely stupid, and it's a Friday the 13th ripoff, and it's a Freddy Krueger ripoff.
They were just taking a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but as bad as you could possibly do it.
I
And
can.
then other little weird things like, earlier in the movie, she goes, "You know, he was a good ice skater." I'm like, "That was weird out of nowhere."
Mhm.
Cut to nearing the end, here he comes on skates, and he's like, "He's real good." And I was like, "Oh my god, this is so stupid." So, definitely watch that on home video if you get a chance, and tell me that they didn't write that with a computer.
I am now going to be watching that when it comes to home. I'm not going to see it, but
And then when you see the ending, you'll see what I'm talking about, how stupid it is.
mhm.
Just absolute face value bullshit stupid.
Which is a shame because I like that movie.
Not the same movie.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
Small, smart movie, borderline retarded sequel, stupid in every possible way you could get.
Mhm.
Garbage.
I got you.
Like, it was so bad, it wasn't entertaining bad, but I didn't get up and leave.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's
But
something.
I really couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Mhm. You wanted to leave.
I don't even think I wanted to. I started to just sit there with my mouth open,
You were
going,
waiting to see it get better.
"What is going on?" Characters somehow know things, they crowbar people in, but that last, oh, oh, it's so bad. And that's just one movie experience.
Yeah, that didn't sound good.
On Mondays, they have a mystery movie.
Katie was telling me a touch about that.
Oh, she did tell you about that movie?
Yeah. You got into it the last time I was over there.
Oh, okay, yeah, so then you know that one.
Mhm. I do.
No need to talk about that, but that was an experience.
That was another weird experience.
And then, anybody out there who wants to join me this Thursday, they are re-releasing Back to the Future with a new print
Woo!
on the big screen. I haven't seen that since 1985.
That's exciting stuff.
Yep. So anybody wants to go,
Remind me what
you
time.
can. I think it's around 7 o'clock or something.
Well, that's good. I'll at least get to bed at a good time.
6:30 maybe. I can't. Now that you say that, I can't remember. There's no way for me to check it now. My best guess is it's 7 o'clock.
At that point in the future, it'll be one more day of unit plan. So it'll be a good send off. I'll be
By the way, as of this moment, we are the only people in the theater.
great. I love it.
Can you can you believe that?
That is pretty wild.
I think there's no possible way that'll stay, but
I think it's gonna change faster than you think.
well, I made sure I got seats where we couldn't be molested, so
Nice.
that's what I did. Okay, so I guess this test is working and we're gonna be able to do our thing tomorrow. You gonna be able to get time at 1 o'clock?
I should be.
Have you been doing your homework?
Mm-mm.
You gotta listen. You haven't even listened to it once?
I listened to it once in the car, but I was pretty out of it. I'll
Okay.
do my homework tomorrow, young man. I've been busy.
So I've listened to it about, I'd say 20 times.
I've only listened to it once. So I mean,
And then
there's a
I decided to compare it to the original, so I listened to that a couple of times.
mhm.
So I got some thoughts.
Okay. I'm excited to hear them.
All right. So that's it for us. We are leaving. Ladies, it was good to see you again. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. CST. And I would sign off if I had any idea how to do it.
There's an X.
Oh, is that'll do it? Okay, then here I go.
My
See you tomorrow.
tomorrow.